Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's blakedamon here with another speed build. Today's build will be on a 20 by 20 lot. It's going to be a smallish house, so don't expect too much. I've called this lot the greenhouse for obvious reasons. Well, might not be obvious now, but it's supposed to look like a greenhouse. Or at least a renovated greenhouse. So the idea was that there was a greenhouse and someone wanted to make it a home, so they ripped out the insides and renovated it. This residential glass house. The idea for this house actually came to me when I saw in the Moschino pack these circle windows. You'll see me use them later for the roof. Right now I'm only doing the bottom floor, so I'm only using the new floor to ceiling windows, which are also in the Moschino pack. I know that in some places greenhouses just look like normal houses that are made out of glass or plastic, but in my area they have these circular roofs, so that's where I took inspiration from. I actually made this house with the intent of using as much of the Moschino pack as I could, but Moschino doesn't have kitchens or beds and bathroom stuff, so I just used other packs for that. But as you can see though, I've used a lot of the Moschino stuff where I could. The sofas, those little chairs, that lamp. I wanted to give the Moschino pack a try, but using only the build stuff. I'd already created a sim and dressed her up in the Moschino stuff, and to be honest, I wasn't all that impressed with the clothing that they had in offer. I mean, the clothing looked fantastic, what was there was beautiful, but I don't think there was enough of it. Considering Moschino is actually a fashion house, so I was actually maybe expecting a little more in terms of outfits and accessories like earrings. I mean, I know they had a pair of earrings already, but I think I wanted more than one pair. Or maybe I'm expecting too much, I don't know. Would have liked hats as well and bracelets. That would have looked really nice. But before I totally diss the Moschino pack, I decided I would build a house, to be fair, using as much of the Moschino pack as I could in the one build. I feel like the Moschino pack has a really modern feel to it, so I decided to supplement where I couldn't find Moschino stuff like the bathroom and the bed, to keep with that theme of a modern house. So you can see there that I've used a lot of black and white, and I've used red as a bit of a spot color. I think I changed the bathroom to yellow just so that it would match the gold of the shower and the toilet seat, and from there yellow sort of started appearing in different parts of the house. Don't worry, not everything turns yellow. I'd actually intended red to be the spot color, but I think it's actually yellow because I use it sparingly while I use red as much as I do the blacks and the whites. So yeah, the true spot color has got to be yellow. Interestingly enough, we actually use yellow in our house as a spot color as well. It's my partner's favorite color, so it was non-negotiable. I did manage to sneak in some red, which is my favorite color. And speaking of my partner, he was actually sitting next to me while I was making this build, and the amount of glass that I'm using was really making him anxious. He was saying that the amount of glass that I've used would generate so much heat inside the building that it would be suffocating. And if I were to use an air conditioner to try and get rid of the heat, it would consume so much energy that it wouldn't be very environmentally friendly. So probably not the best house for a person who wants to save the planet. I did tell him though that it was a greenhouse, so the greenhouse effect would still be present in a greenhouse. And we don't need facts to ruin the look of a build, right? And since this place was, or is, still a greenhouse, I decided that there should be plants inside. I mean, it would be the best place to keep plants, right? In a greenhouse. So the rest of the build is me basically just putting plants in little nooks and crannies wherever I could find, really. I hope I didn't go overboard. I don't think I went overboard. I mean, there aren't plants everywhere. Um, well, there aren't plants in the bathroom, so yeah, I didn't go overboard. But in all honesty, I think I didn't put any plants in the bathroom because I forgot. And now that I know that there aren't any plants in the bathroom, it's kind of making me anxious and I want to go in there and change that. But I've already stuck this up in the gallery, so no can do. There's always like a couple of things I always forget to put into a house whenever I build. Sometimes it's the dishwasher, sometimes it's the bin, sometimes it's the smoke alarm. Oh crap. If you do download this house, make sure that there is a smoke alarm or else the whole place will burn down. I think I also forgot to put in an air conditioner, you know, that thing on the wall that you stick as a thermostat, I think is what it's called. Put those in so that your sim doesn't feel too cold during winter and hot during summer. Sorry about forgetting those things. Yeah. I didn't put in a laundry area only because the build is a little small, so I wanted to keep it simple with just the necessities. But if you enjoy doing laundry like a psycho, please feel free to put one in the kitchen. Just delete one of the counters in the corner and you can place your washing machine and dryer stacked up on top of each other. I don't think there's room for a laundry basket in the bathroom, but you can go ahead and probably place one in the bedroom because there's plenty of space there. It was actually really tricky decorating the place with plants because the plants were placed at the edge of the building next to glass. Some plants, their foliage would come up and out of the pot, and because the plant was so wide, some of the leaves or the corners of the leaves would stick out through the glass. I know some people wouldn't find that annoying, but it really ticks me off. So there was a lot of trial and error with this decorating period. I also like to make sure that my plants are composed well, so I always put the tall ones at the back and then the smaller ones at the front. So when it came to decorating the ceiling with the curved roof, I had to make sure that the plants that I put at the side of the building weren't too tall that they stuck out through the glass, but then had to make sure that they weren't too small for them to look insignificant or to be lost in the composition. It was a very strange balancing act that I had to play here, but it was fun. I got very well acquainted with all the plants for this build, so when it comes to my next build, it should be a little easier to pick my plants. I'm actually looking forward to building with the new stuff that they'll come out for the new pack. Is it an expansion or a pack? I don't know. That new magic one. Magical Realms? Anyway, excited for that to come out. Now I've put in the glass roof, and I'm checking to make sure that none of the leaves have come through the glass. I usually can fix this by just moving the plan or either shrinking it. Pretty easy, but it's just very time consuming. And now I'm putting in the lights. There were only one set of ceiling lights in the Moschino Stuff Pack. They were very long, kind of dangled from the ceiling, so there was only really one place that I could put them, and that was where there was no floor between the ground and the first level. I'm not sure if it does much illuminating, but they look pretty, so hey. I'm not sure if I have enough lights for this build actually. I find sometimes it's a bit dark in some corners. If you do, you can use wall lights. I don't know what they're called, but the lights that hang off the walls? Yeah, those things. Just place them around the areas. There's also a weird gap above the front door. I think the front door isn't actually a full floor to ceiling, so it's got that a little bit of a strip, a gap. I was going to find a light, much like the light that sits above the bathroom door, that would fit along that strip just to cover the area, but I think I forgot, so you could do that if you want. I'm planting this huge tree at the side of the house because after hearing my partner's reservations about the house and the heat that would be produced inside of it, I thought that maybe some cover would help alleviate the heat, I guess. It's that funny looking tree that's a little lopsided looking. It grows up, but then the foliage sort of hangs to one side. So I made sure that the foliage that hangs to one side hung over the actual house, so you'd get some shade from the sun. And then no more hothouse. Woo! I'll have to verify with him if this would actually work in real life. I'm hoping it will, but I honestly don't think so. And now I'm putting plants around the house. They planted them around the house instead of just throwing them away. If you're a gardener though, please feel free to get rid of those flowers and plant your vegetables and trees. You know what I forgot? I actually forgot to give this house traits. So, oh my god. But hey, now you can pick whatever traits you want for the house. It's all up to you. If I did pick the lot traits for this place, I think one of them would have to be natural light. Apart from the obvious reason, this lot is actually focused on the Moschino pack, right? So the Moschino pack has a new career. I think it's photography. So I think this could be a good place to take photographs. The other would probably be gnomes. I picked gnomes because it is a garden and gardens have gnomes. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Plus, the gnomes fix things, so you'll never have to hire a repairman ever. And the last one would have to be great soil, for obvious reasons. I mean, it used to be a greenhouse, so why can't it still have great soil? And I have finally finished planting my final plant. I feel like half of that build was me just planting. It turned out looking pretty, so I guess it was worth it. In retrospect, I think I probably could have cut out most of the decorating and planting, but yeah, it's done now, so yeah. Now that the build's done, here are the fly-throughs. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you'd like to download the greenhouse, please feel free to do so in the Sims 4 gallery. You can find the house under the hashtag blakedamon. I'll put that in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, see you later.